Well, hey there. Welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. If you are brand new to my channel, yay, you found me. I'm so glad. I've been waiting. And if you are a returning subscriber, yay, thank you so much for coming back. I truly appreciate your support. And I always read all of the comments that you write below the videos. And as you know, I reply to all of them too. So my goal is to give you the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so that you can make the best decision for you and your family as to whether or not you want to spend time or money or both watching a specific film. And I think my review will be especially helpful because today the movie I'm reviewing is called The Slumber Party. This very goofy coming of age movie is now available to stream on Disney Plus channel. Now, I said that my review is especially important because sadly, long gone are the days when you could pop on a Disney movie and know that it was safe and clean and good for your kids. There's just a lot of political agenda stuff going on with Disney, and they're getting in a lot of trouble with a lot of parents. And so I wanted to tell you what is going on inside this movie before you plop your kids down and turn on the TV and walk away. And so here's the scoop. The movie, first of all, is TV PG, TV because it's playing on Disney Plus. It's an hour and 22 minutes. And the movie review mom grade I'm giving it is somewhere between a B and a B minus, I guess. So now let me fill you in on the details. I'll give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked and didn't like, as well as offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about, interesting lines, funny lines, if there are any, and then recommendations for other films that are sort of similar that you might also like. All right, so let's dive in a nutshell. We get to follow the hilarious consequences of a sleepover birthday party hypnotism that went wrong as Megan, Paige, and Veronica wake up with no memories of the night before. Shenanigans ensue, friendships are formed, and lessons are learned. So this film was directed by Veronica Rodriguez and written by Eddie Fay and Jen Malone. The movie is loosely based on the novel The Sleepover by Jen Malone. Some have said that it's more like a teenage girl remake of the 2009 comedy movie The Hangover. Now, there are definitely some similarities, but they also definitely cleaned it up a little bit because The Hangover is a rated R movie for adults, really. All right, so let me share some of the things that I really liked about this movie. First of all, there's a lot of funny, snarky dialogue and tons of crazy situations that are so ridiculous that you probably are going to laugh at least once during this movie. Disney offers the required diverse cast in this girls' ensemble. The young cast really does a great job. This is the acting debut of Alex Cooper Cohen, who plays Veronica in the film. And other cast members include Darby Camp, Emmy Lou Wang, Valentina Herrera, Dallas Liu, Ramon Jose Rodriguez, Paula Pell, Titus Burgess, and Caroline Valencia. And for the most part, this whole cast is a bunch of young kids. And so for them to be able to carry the movie is pretty impressive. I love that Brian Grazer and Ron Howard were involved in the film as executive producers. They have been around for decades and they know how to make people laugh. So keep watching during the final rolling credits for some more goofy scenes and a reveal of what really happened during the slumber party at nighttime. This is a big deal because they don't tell you until the closing credits. So keep watching. Now, with that praise, there were some things I didn't like or just thought could have been done better or differently. For example, as a mom, one of the lies that I hate about the message, live your best life, that movies tell kids is that there aren't any consequences or any consideration of how your actions might affect other people. It's all about live for you and you do what you think is right. Again, discounting how it might affect other people. And I would love to see some movies that actually start telling that messaging, that you do need to consider your duties, your responsibilities, and how your actions affect other people in your life. You can't just live your life however you want because you live it in a world with other people. Now, I don't know, that might sound harsh to you, but that's the reality. I mean, of course, I want you to live your best life and live your dreams, but not at the expense of hurting other people and other relationships and that kind of stuff. All right, now I got that mom talk out of me. So one of the girls is always super mean and derogatory to everyone. And I guess it's supposed to be really funny when the girls behave badly and treat each other badly. And I just didn't think that that was funny. It's fun to have one character who maybe is a little snarky, and we do have one who is especially mean and inconsiderate, but they all kind of take turns bullying each other or saying unkind things to each other. And I know that's also the age. I'm just saying I would have liked to have seen more positive role models for my young daughters, which I don't have. I have 4 sons, but you know what I mean. There are sadly a lot of overacting, bad acting moments. And of course, just like The Hangover, there's a lot of overacting in that movie as well. So I suppose you could say they're parallel in that regard. We hear a man throw up. I never enjoy that. There's a lot of dialogue that is super cliched and even painful sometimes. And I felt like maybe the writers were a little bit out of touch. Just saying. There are some bad green screen moments, but for the most part, actually, the movie takes place on sets and outside, and you can tell the difference. And I think audiences appreciate that. So let me share some tips for parents with you because obviously kids are going to be interested in watching this, especially young girls. So I think that the people who are going to be the most interested in this movie are going to be young girls around the tween age, the preteen and maybe young teenager age. So let this be a cautionary tale for you parents to pay more attention to your kids. Where are they right now, for example? Seriously, while you're watching this, where are they? What are they doing? You should know because it just doesn't take that long. And actually, it's a fine line to balance as a parent when your kids have sleepovers because you want to be there, you want to know what's going on, you want to provide lots of snacks and be the cool mom. And you also recognize the need to get out of their hair so that they can relax and enjoy their time together, right? But you have to come up with excuses on why you go back into that room or the area where they are in the house, bringing more snacks or whatever, just to kind of keep tabs on them without making it super obvious that you're keeping tabs on them. You know what I mean? And a lot of that has to do with your relationship with your kid and say, hey, you can have the sleepover, but here are the rules. And then pay attention to them. Now, of course, these girls take off, I guess, after the parents are asleep or something. And that happens. And you got to be really careful and mindful and maybe set an alarm in the middle of the night, which I actually did once. But I won't tell you all about that. Anyway, one of the girls in the story has 2 gay dads, and she refers to her 2 gay dads. There's no profanity in the movie, so that's great. An old lady yells, "Dang it," which made me laugh because that's exactly how I swear. I don't actually swear. That's like the worst that it gets. And that's my word of choice. Dang it. I don't know why. There is some bullying. I think I might have mentioned that. A young boy wears an earring. Teens kiss. A girl puts 2 tampons up her nose to prevent a nosebleed. Just saying. And you might need to talk to your kids about hypnotism because that's actually featured in the whole movie. In The Hangover, everybody gets drunk and so they don't remember what happened. And that's certainly not appropriate for a young girl's sleepover movie. And so they have this hypnotist come in who hypnotizes them and they don't remember what happened. And so I thought, well, that's a technique that works, I guess. But young kids may not know what that is. And so back when I was in college, a grad student got extra credit, I guess, for trying to hypnotize me. And I got extra credit for showing up. It was for my psychology class. And I was curious to see if I could get hypnotized. And I couldn't. We both just sat there and stared at each other. So it was sort of a big loss for the grad student. And, I just was entertained. And I'm still fascinated because I live in Las Vegas and we have a ton of hypnotism shows out here. And I've seen a few of them, and it seems like they're legit tourists that go up on stage to volunteer, to be hypnotized, and then boom, they're out. And I'm like, are they really, or are they just plants? Like, comment down below if you have ever been hypnotized. I am super curious about how that works. Someone once told me that it's a weak mind that can be hypnotized by someone else. And so I thought, oh, I must have a very strong mind because the grad student wasn't able to get into my mind. I don't know. Anyway, let me tell you some of the themes that are illustrated very well in the movie. First of all, friendship, loyalty, accepting change, definitely self-discovery, because those are the critical years of preteens and teenagers, is to figure out who they are, where they fit in the world, and all of that. And those are hard conversations to have with yourself and to go through and experience, right? Other themes are family, change, and step parents, which is just a little side story, and accepting that new change in a family life and defining what family is for you. All right, so whenever I watch movies, I always take notes, specifically of funny lines and interesting lines, simply so I can share them with you, so you can get a taste and a feel for the movie's dialogue and script writing quality. And so you can see them all on my written review at moviereviewmom.com, but I'll share a few of them with you right now. So Paige is played by Emmy Lou Wang, and she's got a fun, quirky personality character that she plays. And she's talking about another character, and she says, she's like a comic book villain in a training bra. And I thought that that was kind of cute. And then there's this onion competition, like a hot dog eating contest. And so they've got to eat a bunch of onions, which it would be horrible. And so there's an onion eating competitor, and he sees one of the girls starts to cry as she's trying to eat this onion. And he's like, there's no crying in Onion Munch, which is the name of the contest, which is kind of a respectful nod to the movie about baseball, A League of Their Own, which is women. And Tom Hanks says to one of the crying baseball players, who's a woman, there's no crying in baseball. I love that line, such a cute scene. And then again, Paige, played by Emmy Lou Wang, is talking to somebody who's struggling with something, and she says, do a Taylor Swift and shake it off. And I thought that was cute because every girl I know that age thinks Taylor Swift is the bomb. And then I wrote down some interesting lines. One is by Darby Camp, who plays the lead character. And she says, is it good or bad to try new things? Because they spent the entire evening, as it turns out, doing things they've never done before. And so they're still working out what happened and was that good or was it bad? And then Valentina Herrera plays a character named Anna Maria, who's kind of the little pesty younger sister. And they've got to deal with this whole stepfather situation. And she says, I know normal is not even a thing. And I think that's a really good lesson for young kids, because you think everybody else in the world is living a normal life and you're the only freak that's different, right? Everybody is struggling with something. And I think if younger kids knew that sooner, that they would be okay with their own idiosyncrasies and their own unique family situation and all of that, and not be so eaten up by how they don't think they fit into the normal mold. You know what I mean? And then, of course, because this is a young teenage girl movie, Anna Maria also says friendship first. And so the movie ultimately is about friendship and supporting each other. All right, so let me give you some recommendations for some other movies that I think you might like. These are all pre-teenish movies, some into the teenage movies. The first one is called Now and Then. It came out in 1995, and it's pretty cute. It compares these young girls who are growing up and a coming of age movie. Another one is called My Girl from 1991. These are kind of oldies but goodies. And it's very sweet, a friendship between a boy and a girl, and then some of the other things that go on during that time period of their lives. And then more of a teenage movie and a classic is 16 Candles, filmed in 1984, that old. And it's considered one of the most classic teenage drama type of movies for girls, especially. So check those out. Watch them with your daughters if you want, and talk about what they're going through and how you can be supportive to them as a parent. All right, that's it. So when you get a minute, run over to Instagram and follow me at Movie Review Mom, but also at Trina Boice, which is my real name, my author name. And so you can see my books, my online courses, my podcast, and all that other kind of stuff in addition to my movie reviews. And then if you want to chit chat, go over to Movie Review Mom Facebook group, and you'll meet a lot of really nice people there who love movies as much as you and I do. All right, that's it. Have a fantastic day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.